Hi, it's Mike Petoskey with CMD Wellness. Today we're continuing on our series on what is first aid according to OSHA. Subsection N of 1904.7 says drinking fluids for relief of heat stress. Heat stress is serious. It's not a life-threatening emergency, and it's usually discovered during the early stages when someone starts to either have cramps or fatigue, nausea, vomiting, something along those lines that says, I'm overheated and I'm dehydrated. So there's two elements in the body's response to heat stress. Number one is the person's temperature. If somebody comes up to the clinic and they're having some of these symptoms, one of the first things we want to do is cool them off. We want to remove them from heat. We want to get them to a cool area, usually with air conditioning or something like that. We want to remove their outermost layer of clothing. We typically leave underwears on to just keep them decent, but we try to cool them down with evaporative cooling. We'll place some extra fans on them and blow air on them. We can use wet washcloths. There's other things that we can do to try to get some of that internal core heat off of their body. Body's response to extra heat is to sweat. One of the key elements of heat stress is dehydration. We've either sweat so much already that we don't have enough water left to sweat, or we already started off dehydrated and didn't have enough water to begin with, and that puts us in an even higher risk for having heat stress. Water! Part two is we got to go back and rehydrate them because they've already probably lost enough water through sweating that we need to replenish that. So we are allowed to give oral fluids by mouth to that patient for relief of heat stress. And let's go back to the idea of the difference between heat stress and heat stroke. Heat stroke is a life-threatening emergency. This is when the body is literally shutting down because the internal core temperature is too elevated and the body's volume of water is too low. The main differentiating factor between heat stress and heat stroke is level of consciousness. If we have somebody who is awake, alert, oriented, and conscious, and they are able to answer questions appropriately, they're able to follow commands, then we are not into heat stroke. We're still in heat stress. And if that's the case, we can hand them a bottle of water and say, here, I need you to drink this, and they will drink it. Not only will they be able to bring the bottle up to their mouth, they still have a gag reflex, they're able to swallow, and we can restore this person back to where they need to be. If this person is unresponsive, is not able to drink fluids, we are not in heat stress anymore, folks. We are in full-blown heat stroke. This is a true medical emergency. This means we need to scoop this person up and we need to get them to an emergency room as fast as we possibly can. We are absolutely at a medical treatment level. There's no going back from that. We can typically turn someone back around from heat stress pretty easily right there on site at the clinic or in a first aid station. We cannot do that with heat stroke. Heat strokes go to the emergency room and they're probably going to be in the hospital for several days. If you like this and would like some other tips and tricks on OSHA first aid, please follow us at cmdwellness.com.